All right. Okay, so hello everybody. I am in my bed. Oh man, it's been a long weekend. Welcome to our once a month team pod call. And if you are viewing this, hello. Zoom is an awesome platform that we can use for team meetings. It's even a little bit more friendly than Meet FM because it's just a little bit more up to date. And I have been using this for my virtual parties. I've been using Zoom. It's free. It's free to use. I think you have up to like 12 or 15 participants, and people can log in for free. You can log in via Facebook. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to create an account. You can just log in via Facebook. It's awesome. So for tonight's purposes, I just wanted to show you a little slideshow I put together about hostess coaching. And I also just wanted to take a moment to speak to our pilot team participants. So we have a team of 12 people who I have reached out to and asked, and I called upon people via Facebook. I put it out there for anybody. And then I called on people that I know are in different areas of the United States that are doing freezer meal workshops actively, at least like once a month. And I asked them to participate via our pilot team and and be on board for ordering their workshop bundle for themselves or for a group of people, preferably, to do it like in a party scene on May 9th. And so whether their workshop's on May 11th and they're going to 2-day air it on May 9th, or their workshop is on May 15th, May 16th, and moving forward, however they want to do it, they're ordering their workshop bundle or bundles on May 9th. And they're going to report back what they love about it, what their people loved about it. They're going to post pictures for people who are maybe not on board yet with giving it a try. I'm super excited about this process. I've had 3 workshops with the new bundles. I got to participate with them a little early because I'm a director and they allowed us to do it for training purposes. And let me tell you, if you don't get excited about these workshop bundles, there is not much that maybe will excite you about Wild Tree. They're beautiful. I'm not calling them integrated bundles anymore. I'm calling them company-sponsored workshop bundles for just the month of April. And then moving forward, they're going to be called workshop kits, freezer meal workshop kits. That's what I'm going to call them. I'm only going to use the 6 that Sonara said for the month of May, the ones that are company-sponsored, Around the World, Get Your Grill On, Primal Goodness, Comfort Foods, Everyday Meals, and One Stop Crocs. The flyer that was released, that's on our team Facebook page. All of the paperwork comes in it. The shopping list, they will be released very soon from the company so that you can send your shopping list out to people if you are doing like a May 11th workshop 2 days after and doing paying for 2-day air. They're going to be released very soon so that you can send that to your guests. But labels, card stock recipes to go home that are card stock, and you can cut across, so they're like recipe cards that you can put in your cabinet. They're totally awesome. So right now my focus is to get as many bookings as I can for May to just spoil people with these awesome workshops. And then for the rest of April, I am really focusing on tasting. Last call for before the price increase, like Jen Klein said in her video about why it's so important, and to do last call freezer meal workshops. You won't be able to do backyard barbecue or sizzling summer for a while. And in Wisconsin, it was 82 degrees today. So skip spring, here comes summer. And it's going to be awesome. So I'm doing last call on those. So there's no reason to stop working in April. There's tons of parties to be had. But I am, for those people that just can't squeeze it in this month, I'm focusing on May. Okay, so when I focus on May and I get those hostesses booked, now what? And I'm going to quick pull up my screen here to share with you. Bear with me one moment. a little bit about hostess coaching, and hopefully you can all see that when you listen or watch the recording. Okay, so hostess coaching. Hostess coaching is a core skill. A lot of times we focus on getting bookings with Wild Tree with your business, and we focus on offering the opportunity. And many times people don't hostess coach. And when I hear, I had 4 bookings, but I got 3 cancellations, or I had 8 bookings, but all of my bookings only had 2 people each at each party, I immediately laser into like, okay, we need to skill up on hostess coaching. So how do you skill up on this core skill? So where to start? Well, gosh, I sound like a broken record, don't I? The first skill is to go to the Media Resource Center and just search in that search bar, hostess coaching. There's a hostess coaching checklist, there are audio trainings, there is a page full of information on hostess coaching. And I'm not going to reinvent the wheel tonight and go and give you a tutorial on each hostess coaching item. But I will tell you that if you knew that this is a weakness of yours, or if you thought like, okay, I want to laser in on this skill because I'm going to have a launch soon and I want to be able to hostess coach my people, you're going to want to just listen to audio or a business builder call playback like 1 a day. Listen, people, they're 20 minutes and you can ride the or walk the treadmill or take a walk outside, fold laundry and listen and just train your brain on this skill because it's a very basic, awesome skill. Okay. The second thing you can do is to go to the Business Builder call log and focus on hostess coaching. Scroll back, Sonara sent it brand new, fresh, up-to-date one tonight because there's no scheduled Business Builder call. And scroll back, there's one of the most recent ones that was excellently done using technology that we have right now is by Rebecca Ramage. It was from September, shortly after our kickoff. So September, October 2015. Find her name, find the number, and listen to it. It's awesome, and it's so easy to follow. Just really train your brain. And while you absorb that, take notes of like, oh, I don't do that, or oof, I'm going to do that. Highlight those things that you know you need to focus on in order to see if it's going to make a difference for you and your business. Okay, so it all starts with excitement. A lot of people, they stop once they get the booking. They're like, got 8 bookings, I'm good to go. So got this one closing, this workshop bundle closing on this date. May 14th, that's a tasting. May 16th, she is a workshop going to close out at the beginning of the month. Gosh, looks like I can start booking for June. And the booking is just one step of many. If you can think of getting bookings like dating, you are going to be, you're going to really like that analogy. Okay, so like if you think about the booking, when you get a booking, it's like you got the date, right? Well, the boy or the girl who asked the other one out doesn't just stop at the date. Like they maybe send them a note or they check in like, hey, I just want to let you know for our date, we're going to go here and here. I'm going to pick you up at 7. I'm really excited. So that courtship continues. It's not like, oh, book the date for May 14th. See you May 14th, 7 o'clock. No, there's flirting that goes on that whole time. And when you can focus on her or him during that process and like, I just want to make sure that you have an awesome date. I'm like so pumped to go on this date with you. I just want to make sure that you have a great time because, hey, I want there to be date 2, right? That's a rebooking, or that's a booking from her friend. You're going to find a great turnaround on your investment. Think of the party as the prom date. Like the party is the prom date, but you just don't just show up to prom, right? You coordinate corsages. You talk about the limo. You keep the excitement going on through that whole courtship. So once you can do that, you're going to maintain that excitement that she is going to be so thrilled, or he's going to be so thrilled for prom date. Okay, so we get the booking, and immediately what I do is I go to RedStamp on my phone. I click on RedStamp, and I can kind of show you this right now. I click on RedStamp, and I go to the collections. You can see, actually I should focus it up here. I go to collections, and I find Wild Tree. And when I go to Wild Tree, I just create a save the date. And when I have that save the date saved to my phone, I go ahead and I text that to her. Now, let's say that you don't have a smartphone. That's okay, no big deal. You can send a save the date, because there's save the date in the collections with Wild Tree that we purchased, and you can do it all from your computer. So you can just go to www.redstamp.com, go to collections, just like Rebecca said in her video, training video, and you can create a save the date, and you can create an official invite. It takes like 2 seconds. None of that matters, segue, none of that matters unless you're talking to her and continue that excitement. So, okay, back to the analogy about prom. That would be like you saying, hey, I'm so excited for prom. I'm going to take a picture of my corsage and my dress, just so we can coordinate colors, and I'm going to send it to you. That's it. That's all you do. Send the picture. They're like, great, so glad. Like, no emotion. Send the invite. Nothing. Do nothing to say, hey, did you get the image? Hey, what do you think about those colors? Hey, let me see a picture of your tux when you get a chance. Or, are those colors okay? Do you like them? Like, that is a buy-in. Those conversations are buy-ins to a relationship instead of like a stale, here's your RedStamp invite, have fun inviting. So you send the invite, and then you coach, and you go back to saying like, listen, I sent you that invite. Now you're going to want to invite as many people as you can. In fact, I'm going to give you the goal of inviting like 40 plus people, because honestly, only a third of them will be able to come. And those are the words I use. Now, just like you, just like me, for sure, just like everybody, we need multiple reminders before it sinks in. Think of it like practicing the piano. You get the skill, you get the lesson to practice, and then you go home and you practice to enrich and create like fluency, right? So the same thing when we're hostess coaching our hostesses, working with our team members and working with our kids, everything's the same. Repetition is key. So the more times you can tell her, like, over inviting, personally inviting, and using those words more than once, the more she will apply it to her party. So I tell her that on the phone when I send her the invite, like, hey, it's Sarah, just making sure that you got the invite I sent you. Okay, great, awesome. Okay, and I also sent you a hostess coaching video via email, and go ahead and play that. Basically, what I want to just reiterate that the video talks about is over inviting and personally inviting. If you can just remember those 2 words, you're going to be golden. And when I say over inviting, I mean like over inviting, like inviting 40 plus people and telling as many people as you can about it personally. That's going to get you the crowd you want to get your bundle for free, to create awesome, fun energy, and just to service that many people that you know that could use this awesome solution. So those are the words I use over the phone. And then I send, which I will repost to our team Facebook page, I send a video, a hostess coaching video that took me 2 minutes to film about how to have a great party. So I send that to her. And then basically I let her digest. And then I follow up the next week. Like, hey, how's it going? You just sent your save the date. How did the first batch of inviting go? And let's say she's like, I only heard back from 2 people that can make it. Not a big deal. I go ahead and tell her to resend the invite. And after resending the invite, I'll say, you're going to get probably 2 or 3 more, but I promise you on the 3rd send, that last send, that's when you're going to get the majority. And so depending on when you close your workshop, you're going to want to check in every 3 to 4 days. So it's just pending on when you close. Like, let's say maybe you have like if I booked a workshop close and tight for the end of April, and I'm actually closing this Friday, then I'm going to talk to her probably like every other day via text or email, and also phone for sure. We're going to have some conversations on the phone. Okay, so that's all inviting. Okay, the extras, read all about it. What does that all mean? What is that pertaining to? Okay, so these are all extras, but they should not be your like main, this is how I invited. The email invite that you send out via email, maybe using a red stamp invite or one you've created, one from the Resource Center or one from like a friend that you borrowed. There's tons floating around. The Facebook invite and text reminders. Those are all extras. You need a primary source for validation. So you need that one-on-one from me to her for validation, right? Like, you can't just leave directions for your kids on how to work through a problem on the counter via a piece of paper. Or you can't just say to your kids, like, these are the steps that you need to follow in order to like operate in the morning. Like, I want you to follow, I'm going to be gone for the next 5 days, and this is exactly what you need to do. You have to have a conversation about it. You need to get them prepped, like, I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to write everything down for you, but I want to go over these things to make sure they make sense for you. Do you got a minute so we can go over these things? Yeah, I got a minute. Okay, great. Same thing with inviting. As far as I'm concerned, the email invite, the Facebook invite, and the text reminders, those are just virtual, quick, technology-based reminders and extras, and they're not going to be the main method of hostess coaching. The main method of hostess coaching is going to be what you and I are doing right now. Quick chats, quick tips, personal connection, so that she is bought in to the prom date. That's basically what it is. Okay, and the last thing I just wanted to close up with is be sure to hostess coach yourself. So if you watched that Whitney Proctor, How to Get 8 Bookings in 8 Minutes, you will know that some of those bookings are going to be your own bookings. And sometimes I fall into when I'm coaching people on the phone, my team, they're like, yeah, I tried having a party at my house, but no one could come. I heard back from nobody. I invited 55 people, and I heard back from nobody. Okay, so tell me how you invited those 55 people. Did you create a Facebook invite and invited 55 people? Did you email 55 people? Did you text 55 people? Tell me about that. And more times than not, it comes down to a Facebook invite. I invited 55 people on Facebook to my Freeze Remote workshop that I'm having at my house at the beginning of May. Okay, great. Well, probably 55 people glanced at it, the invite, and they may have thought like, oh, that sounds like fun. And then they probably checked out at the grocery store or got a phone call from their kid's teacher or went on to the next email that they read and completely spaced that invite from their mind, like completely just like dismissed it. And I know that I fall into that category. So if I'm like that, the majority of people are like that. And if you stopped at $1 Facebook invite, if you invited 55 people and you heard back from nobody, that's like, you're fighting the statistic. That's correct. There has to be follow-up, and it has to be a different way from the initial invite. And just like we tell our hostesses, like it's all going to come from the conversation, and if you get excited, they're going to get excited. When you do that to yourself, you're going to see the same return on investment with your guests. And so here are some awesome things that I've learned this week from coaching with you, which I'm so pumped about. A lot of you have workshops coming up this month and next, and they're brand new groups of people. And it's all because of your excitement and your personal contact that they are coming to your Freeze Remote workshop. And when you can get into different pockets of people, you're exposing yourself to new parties and new groups. So that's totally awesome. But just really focus on hostess coaching yourself. Like, make sure that you're following that checklist and don't cheat yourself. Like, if you're not hearing back from people, are you following up with them? Are you sending the invite out 3 times? Are you personally having a conversation with at least 10 invitees? So make sure that you're doing the same things that you tell your hostesses. So I'm just gonna close there for tonight, and bear with me here. Stop share. I'm gonna see if there are any questions at all. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording and post it for everybody, and have a great night, everybody. Thanks for participating with this phone call. I love virtual coaching because you can do it in the comfort of your bedroom. All right, have a great night, everybody.